demands for possibilities. The first demand for possibility in the kingdom of our God is vision. As a matter of fact, in this kingdom, whatever you see is what you get. Whatever you can see is what you possess. If you can't see it, you can't seize it. Nothing sustains your life on this earth like vision. Where there is no vision, your life will perish. Where there is no vision, your life will end up in destruction and exasperation. Child of God, nothing sustains your life on this earth realm like vision. People who don't have a vision, they don't have a future. What you call a future is the vision you have incubated in your spirit concerning your tomorrow. The future you yearn for, God will only give you what you have incubated in your spirit. It therefore means that what God programmed Jeremiah to become before Jeremiah was born, God did not commit himself unto fulfilling it until the day he tested the spiritual sight of Jeremiah. Because if Jeremiah can see the branch of an almond tree, he can see even before the things that happened, even before he entered the womb of his mother. There are people who come to church sick and they don't see themselves healed. There are people who come to church poor and they don't see themselves rich. He said, let the sick say, I am healed. It doesn't end at the level of saying. Before you say, I am healed, you should first of all see yourself being healed. There are people who have been sick and they said they are healed, and guess what? They died of that sickness. You must first of all see yourself healed first before you say it. You are not poor because you are coming from a poor family. You are only poor because you have seen yourself poor. As many of millions you can see, God can give you. As many of the mansions you can see, God can give you. As many of the companies you can see, God can give you. Don't allow your condition put a restriction on your vision. No man ever became anything worth celebrating without a vision. Be careful. When you start conceiving vision, people will start hating you. They will start fighting you. Because Satan understands that the easiest way for your life to attain greatness is by means of conceiving vision. So he will bring people who will contradict and counteract your vision to ensure that you abort the vision of your life, so that you will not become great. When you see people who have vision as a measure objective in their life, they don't care about the things that will satisfy them instantly. They will put themselves at risk and under pressure to ensure that their future become a reality. So they will even disadvantage themselves today to secure their tomorrow. Vision is a picture of your future. It's a blueprint of what you want to become. So the pathway to a perfect vision, number one, it says I will. What I will means desire. Every true vision begins with great desire. So don't look for someone to come and start a vision for you. It begins with you. Your vision starts with you. Don't wait for a group of people to come and meet you to motivate you. It doesn't start with a group of people. It starts with you. You must spend time with God, because you are not trying to incubate ambition. Ambition is the thought of your mind concerning your life. Vision is God's proposal concerning you. So for you to have a vision that correlates and ties with God's intention concerning you, it must be from the place of fellowship and true meditation, because God should be the one to infiltrate that into your spirit, so that you will not walk amiss, lest you begin to struggle to fulfill a destiny that God did not craft for you. Whatever cannot meet your needs should be a seed. When you talk about seed now, all you care, you think about nice money. If you discover today that you cannot sleep well because there is a trouble in your life, turn your whole nights for the next 5 years to vigils. That night should become a seed for the next 10 years of your life, and you will see a great outcome in your life. But every one of us, we want to eat our seeds today. The problem of the African church is that we want things now. We don't care about the future. Or what we care about is the now. Every dimension of God's goodness is provoked by obedience to divine principles. So if you are not experiencing a certain dimension of the goodness of God, it is a sign you have not convocated it by aligning yourself to a principle of the kingdom. knowing what you want is not as important as knowing how to get it. There is a need for you to understand that the differences in the testimonies of men is determined by their willingness to angulate themselves to the principles of God. So when you discover that there is a scarcity or bankruptcy of a dimension of God's goodness in your life, it should dawn on you that you have broken the edge. There is a principle you have not fulfilled. Peter wanted fish. He did not know what to do. When Jesus came, he said, launch out into the deep. We are in a generation where people have expectation, but they don't know what to do to provoke and trigger their expectation into a reality. People have dreams, but they don't know how to bring that dream into an experience. Peter had a desire to be a possessor of fishes, but since he did not know what to do to catch fish, he ended up in exasperation, despair, and frustration. So we live in a generation whereby it appears as the expectation of the righteous is appearing to be cut short. Why? Because the righteous have been taught just to expect. They have not been taught what to do to provoke their expectation into a reality. So you will end up expectant and expecting from God, and you will never experience God until you know the principles. You must angulate yourself to become an embodiment of that which you expect from God. So you must understand, to every destiny there is an ordinance, and that ordinance is what we call a principle. And what is an ordinance? Ordinance is a law, is a restriction, is an embargo, is a caveat. The only principle in the kingdom of our God that governs possibilities is called partnership. So you must understand that if you must experience the fullness of God, you must yield yourself to the principle of partnership. So to every given possibility in the kingdom, there is a divine established principle that must be obeyed, and in the obedience of that principle, men come to a place of partnering with God for the fulfillment of the eternal purposes on the earth.